gotten bored with doing the same routine of getting in your car and going to work every day? I sure have. When I get tired of sitting down all day, I like to go outside and ride my bike. Everyone should buy a bike because it saves money, promotes exercise, and is better for the environment. Having a vehicle is great until you start adding up how much you spend on it monthly. Have you ever been frustrated with how high the price of gasoline is? It can be very expensive depending on what kind of car you have. Diesel fuel costs over $400 a month. I have a Toyota 4Runner, and when I'm having to drive a lot, I will spend over $200 a month on it. Gas prices are constantly fluctuating. Sometimes gas prices are high and sometimes they're low. When gas prices are low, we're happy because we don't have to spend as much money. But when they're high, it can be pretty stressful. When gas is higher, I don't want to drive because I don't want to have to spend more money on gas. It's very difficult to depend on gas prices. If you don't want to have to be dependent on the constant changes of gas prices, you should get a bike. Buying a bike is very beneficial. Buying a bike is much cheaper than buying a vehicle. A vehicle can be very expensive because you're having to add on the extra expenses of insurance just in case you get into a car accident. With a bike, there's no insurance and you don't have to buy gas. Buying a bike will help improve your health and benefit the earth. According to Ava Heinen in Bicycle Commuting, the bicycle has gained a more prominent role in transportation policy because of its environmental and health benefits, especially when compared to the car. Developing policies to increase levels of cycling requires knowledge of the determinants of bicycling commuting. Conventional analysis of bicycling is often based on utility theory, assuming people decide on the best available transport mode by considering cost, time, and effort. When riding a bike, you're doing cardio exercise rather than just sitting in your car. Along with getting exercise, you get to enjoy the ride, especially if it's a beautiful day outside. Biking helps the environment in that you're not polluting the air. Buying a bike is much more beneficial and less expensive than buying a car. Buying a bike is much more simple and you don't have to worry about the extra expenses of buying a car. Bicycle price ranges are very manageable. If you want to buy a bike for a child, you can head on over to Walmart and get a bike for as cheap as $35. If you want to get a bike for yourself, you can go back to Walmart and get a bike for as low as $78. There are many different kinds of bikes and they vary in price, build, and size. If you need a bike for going to the mountains, you can head on over to the bike rack because they will know exactly what you need. The bike rack is very reliable and they have workers that are experts in knowing what kind of bikes you need for your day-to-day basis. The bike rack will know what you need if you just want to go on a ride down the street or if you want to go on an adventure. You can visit their website to see all they have to offer at thebikerackms.com. Now that you've heard the advantages of bikes, let's hear a little bit about the history. Only wealthy children in the late 1800s had bikes. Because of this, if one had a bike, he was known to be pretty wealthy. But bikes were mostly made for children for play. According to Carlton Reed in Bike Boom, The Unexpected Resurgence of Cycling, the bicycle in the boom of 1896 through 97 was the plaything of the American and European elites, a signifier of status, health, and wealth. In post-boom America, the bicycling regressed, becoming a vehicle solely for juveniles. In the 1920s Europe, the mass-produced bicycle evolved into a transport tool for working stiffs. On both sides of the Atlantic, cyclists faded from view. They became invisible in the Netherlands because bicycles were classless and ubiquitous. And they became invisible in Britain and America because bicycles were deemed to be proletarian and for play. Into the 1900s, bicycles were made for working men because it made it easier for them to travel. As time went on, bicycles became nearly impossible to find except for with children. We see bikes more in the big cities because it helps with, you don't have to go through traffic or go through the process of getting a taxi. Bicycles have always been an amazing thing to have, even if they haven't been used as recently. Bicycles are an amazing way to live better in many aspects of your life, and if you give it a shot, you will not regret it. Everyone should buy a bike because it saves money, promotes health, and is better for the environment.